Hey everyone, this is Simply Syrup coming to you with a special video today on Steam's brand new game, Warlord Britannia. We're going to be talking about 10 helpful tips to get you on your way to conquering the whole map and show you how to have fun while doing it. As always, I'll have timestamps in the video description for your convenience, but please remember to like and subscribe if you enjoy the video. Before I take up any more of your time, let's get into it. Tip number 1. Know your weapons. All of the weapons in Warlord Britannia are simple to use, but they're not all created equal. When using your sword, make sure to take advantage of your shield as well. By using both your right and left mouse button, you can perform a protected sword thrust. Always remember to prioritize protecting yourself before attacking the enemy. Your bow is by far the most powerful weapon at your disposal. However, you only have 6 shots, so you have to make each and every arrow count. Do your best to save your arrows for armored enemies instead of wasting them on common peasant fighters. A well-placed arrow will down any enemy in the game with 1 shot. The same is true for spears. Remember to wait for a clean shot and only aim for enemies when their defenses are down. You should also try to prioritize grouped enemies instead of taking down solo stragglers. Tip number 2. Choose your battleground. This tip is especially useful when pillaging convoys. Take your time when approaching enemy encampments and VIP transports so that you can fight on your own terms. When choosing your battleground, look for large open areas. You want to avoid heavily wooded biomes, and you also want to stay away from any obstacles that may funnel enemies to a certain part of your army. The goal is to spread the enemy out across your entire line and crush them with your superior numbers. By moving far ahead of convoys and choosing appropriate battlegrounds, you can achieve this with great success. Tip number 3. Positioning your army to win. The third tip I wanted to give you today goes along with tip number 2 and is about maximizing your army's potential. In order to deal the most damage and to suffer the least amount of casualties, the best thing you can do is to square your army up with the opposing force. You want to try to spread the attackers out over your entire legion and avoid letting one corner of your army fight while the rest of your infantry stands idle. Do your best to ensure that you are using your whole army for maximum carnage. Positioning your army is a crucial step for successful campaigns, and with a little bit of practice, it can be mastered with ease. Tip 4. Hold your formation at the right time. The hold, or R button, is the most important tactic in Warlord Britannia. You should always set your troops to hold their ground when in battle. This will keep you from rotating your flank into the fray, and will also let you freely move around the battlefield. By initiating a hold, you are telling your troops to remain in one spot, but that's not all the hold is good for. The first time you click the hold button is by far the most crucial to your success, because this is when your soldiers will throw their spears. The initial throw is the most powerful attack your army has at its disposal. You're going to have to wait until the enemy is grouped up and close to your legion before initiating the spear throw. By using this tip successfully, you will greatly increase your army's performance. Try to remember to stay in one spot so you don't rotate your army before you have initiated the hold. Tip 5. Know when to use your charge. The charge is an incredibly aggressive tactic, but when used properly can save a number of soldiers from dying. Unlike popular movies, you should never charge directly into battle. Charging into battle too early can be one of the most costly mistakes in Warlord Britannia. Instead of a battle starter, the charge is used to take down the few remaining troops at the end of an engagement. When you move into the later game and have a full legion, the charge can be used to initiate battles with small farms and villages. You can use this tactic to quickly wipe out small numbers of troops or to get your backlines in the fight. To summarize, you should use your charge sparingly in the early game and become more aggressive as you get more troops. Tip number 6. Be kind to the villages you conquer. There is a delicate balance when it comes to extracting the most out of your subordinates. Try and remember not to trade long-term success for short-term gains. In Warlord Britannia, I believe a gentle hand is most effective, and to sustain a long campaign, you must be kind to the villages as you conquer them. Although looting and enslavement can grow your army the fastest, it is most prudent to prioritize taxation. Taxation will continuously provide you with income over the course of your entire game, while looting and enslavement will just give you a quick bump. Additionally, a playthrough not dealing with constant uprisings will be the most fun. So treat the villages you conquer fairly if you want to have a long and prosperous campaign. Tip 7. Pay attention to your quest. Conquering land and levying taxes is not the only way to make gold and silver in Warlord Britannia. You can also complete tasks in the quest tab for easy loot. Additionally, some quests will reduce unrest among villages, which is incredibly useful in the later game. All of the quests can be easily completed by just playing the game, but if you lack direction or need some easy rewards, then do yourself a favor and check the quest tab. Tip 8. Just go home. There's always another reason to keep a campaign going. I'm here to tell you that there is a better reason to turn back and regroup. Keeping troops alive is your #1 priority when growing your army, and troops that have sustained damage in combat will need to return to base for healing. Also, disbanding at camp will allow your troops to resupply their powerful spears. Unless you are in the late game, I would suggest returning to base once your front lines have begun to diminish, or if one of your flanks have become relatively beat up. To add a bonus tip, don't be afraid to move your camp close to where you intend to be campaigning. It is incredibly easy to move your base, and if you set up in the middle of your campaign ground, you will be able to return to base more often to resupply those precious spears and heal your troops. Tip 9. March and battle. Alright, this one is pretty obvious, but it's so easy to forget in the heat of the moment. I've lost so many troops to forgetting to switch between battle and march, it's ridiculous. Naturally, your troops can move faster in march formation than in battle formation, but more important than remembering to put your troops into march is to have your troops in battle formation during combat. Your troops are infinitely better at combat when in battle formation, and forgetting to make this change can be the death sentence for many of your troops. So do your best to always remember to be in the proper formation when marching or battling. Tip 10. Promote before upgrading. For the last tip, we are going to discuss your silver management. This tip may be a little controversial and up for debate, but I believe it is more important to promote your centurions in an effort to get more fighters than it is to upgrade your troops' armor. I think this tip is especially important when you are still filling out your first 3 centuries. Once your first 3 centuries are filled, then you can start upgrading your troops with better armor. When it comes time to upgrade your troops, make sure to start with your front lines. If you are following the other tips in this video, then your front lines will get to action, and it will be more beneficial to upgrade your fighting troops to plate armor than it will be to try to upgrade all your troops at the same time. Well, there you have it. Syrup's 10 tips to conquering Warlord Britannia. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you were able to get some useful information for my playthrough. As always, like, subscribe, and have a great day.